What is up? Christina here, and I'm really excited to bring this topic to you because we all come from a place of struggle. I know this may shock you, but even the most successful people that you know have come from a place of struggle. They've dug deep and they've overcome obstacles to get to where they need to be. But here's the thing. We personally beat ourselves up. We beat ourselves up over and over and over again. We have negative self-talk. We have, we surround ourselves with people that may or may not understand who we are. And how could they? How could they have a picture of your life from the inside out? And so the only way to start educating yourself is actually going through the process of learning from other people, listening to other people, educating yourself through books and personal development. And my huge aha moment this morning, so I picked up this book, which I have a chapter in, and I read all the chapters before we published. So I went through, I read the whole book before we published it, and then it's been a few months. So I decided that today that I was going to start reading through it again and just see what lessons I could pull out of all of the empowering stories from this book. Because seriously, the caliber of women that are in this book and women that are in leadership and have overcome obstacles, I've never seen anything like it, okay? I finally feel like I'm a piece of something that is relatable to who I am. Like I found my tribe of people that are like me. And so this book is Empowering Women to Thrive and Lead. And I want to tell you what my huge aha moment was. Okay. My aha moment was when I started reading through the book again, is that we all have our shit. We all have it. Whether you've been bullied, whether you were grew up in a household where you were abused, whether you have lost a significant person in your life and had trauma because of that, whether you grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, whatever that is, I will send you the link after, Eduardo. Thank you so much. Whatever that is, you can overcome it. And I want to talk to that little voice inside your head right now, the one that's in there that is like, you were made for more. What are you doing? Is this what life is all about? Are you really just going through the motions? Are you just supposed to get up and go to work every day and pay your bills? And is that it? I'm talking to that little voice that is urging you on in the back of your mind, that little voice that is searching to level up, that little voice that wants you to do more. But then what happens? Fear creeps in. And all of a sudden, you start discrediting those ideas. And who am I? I'm just a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a small-town girl. I dropped out of university. I don't even have an education. You know, who am I to say that I want to do these big things? But I have to say something to you. Who are you not to? What if you go through life and you never go after the thing that you want? What if that big dream at the end of your life is like, oh, I wish I'd gone after that. I wish I'd done it. You get one shot. Hey, Ellen, how's it going? You get one shot, okay? And what this book made me realize on the second round is that we all have our stuff. And so often we try and bury it. We think that it makes us weak. We think the things that we overcame, the abuse, the trauma, the childhood trauma, the bullying. Why would somebody bully you, right? There must be something wrong with me. But it's not about us. So you want to know the fastest way to overcome your obstacles? Instead of looking around and seeking options outside, go inside. Start doing the personal development to get better. Start reading books like this, or books that are based on a skill set, or books that are going to inspire you and motivate you and think, I'm just like that person. Why haven't I stepped up yet? Because the only difference between you and the person that you're envious of or the person that you admire and you look up to, the only difference between the two of you is that that person somewhere in their lives found confidence, had somebody to believe in them, had a book that they read that hit home for them and made them realize that they could do it too. Maybe it's The Obstacle's the Way. Maybe it's The Great Leap or The Big Leap. Maybe it is Judgment Detox. Maybe it's Unshakable. There are so many books out there that can help you navigate life and get over your obstacles so that it's not holding you back. But you just got to go out there and do it. You got to go find the book. You got to ask the questions. You got to figure out, you got to be a problem solver, right? And so often we sit here and think, man, they must have caught all the breaks. They must be so lucky. Their parents must have done this or done that. I had a conversation with a girl last week and she's like, I just wish my parents were entrepreneurs so they understood what I was going through. And I said, my parents weren't entrepreneurs either, but they may not understand what I'm going through. They may not understand what it takes to build this business, but what they do know is that they love and support me. And really, in the end, that's all that matters, right? The love and support that you have for the people around you. So surround yourself with people that support you. If they don't support you and they don't encourage you and they don't believe in your dreams, I don't care if they're family or your best friends or your partner, you need to walk away. Number 2, we all have our shit. We all have stuff that have affected us in a way when we are younger that we have to overcome to become the best versions of ourselves. That is painful. It is uncomfortable. It sucks looking at a mirror and realizing, hey, look, I could be better and I can't change other people's behaviors, but I can change my own. That's leadership. It's not easy. It's not easy to have to take the high road, even if you want to be right. Even if that's one of the things is realizing that you can't have expectations for anybody else but yourself. So instead of searching for answers again out there, start searching for answers in here. Start doing the work to get better. If you're struggling with confidence, if you're struggling with skill set, if you're struggling with growth and inspiration and integrity, if those are things that you struggle with, get around people that are just like you. Start asking questions, right? Start having conversations. Start reading the books that they're reading. Ask them for a book recommendation. One of the best things I ever did was get a coach, and every time I had an issue, he'd be like, go read this book. And I'd be like, okay. And that issue all of a sudden dissipated in my mind. It was no longer an issue because the book had the message that I needed to overcome that obstacle. You have the power within you to go do that. You have the power within you to overcome the obstacles that you're facing right now. The ones that are holding you back, the ones that are keeping you playing small, the stupid little voices inside your head that fill you with fear. You have a choice and you can go out there and overcome it. And if you have that little voice inside your head that says, I was made for more. Is there more to life than this? What should I be doing? I'm not happy. How can I become happy? You need to start listening to that voice, and you have to take some time to yourself and use your intuition, use your skill set, figure out how you can monetize what you do and what you love, and you'll never have to work another day in your life. But it doesn't come without the work in between. It doesn't come without the personal development. It doesn't come without self-reflection and self-realization and committing to growth and committing to become a better person. It doesn't come with those things. And you don't get to skip the line, right? When you look at somebody who's hugely successful, they didn't skip the line. They did the work before you. And we all show up in life with a different set of backgrounds, skill sets, life experiences, but you're inevitably in control of how that ends up for you, how you go forward in this world, the impact that you make, the message that you leave people that you love with when you die. Thank you so much, Christine. It really makes a huge difference when you realize that your obstacles are no different than your neighbors. They may look different, they may sound different, they may feel different, but your neighbor's got the same thing. So instead of sitting there and comparing yourself to somebody else, start doing the personal development. I've been on this path for 15 years. I've been reading books. The first book I ever read was The Peaceful Warrior, and then The Celestine Prophecy. And it brought into light that energy creates energy, and that I can start attracting into my life the things that I want. If I can see, feel, smell, hear myself being there, if I can visualize myself being where I want to be, inevitably, I show up there, whether that is a home in the country, whether that is speaking on stage in front of thousands of people, whether that's becoming a published author, whether that's getting a TED Talk, whether that is buying a business in my community where I can give back and significantly help the people around me, whether it's creating streams of income or impact, whether it is helping other people do the same thing and improving those lives around me. That's what's important. And you'll never truly discover the impact that you can make if you don't start with you and you don't start doing the personal development first to become a better human. And I'm not saying you're a terrible human to begin with, because I know I wasn't. But I needed to learn the lessons. I needed to do the work. I needed to understand leadership. I needed to understand how to get my voice out there and my story out there so people would listen and not be turned off. And that was all a huge growing experience for me. My TED Talk was actually supposed to be for April 5th of this year, but because of COVID, it was delayed. So we were going to do October 18th, and now that's been pushed to the springtime. But what I can tell you, Christine, about that TED Talk is I very much love the organizers of the TEDx Grand Prairie, and I've gotten to know them. And when they came to me with a topic, I was absolutely thrilled because the topic that they came up with was after they knew what our speeches were about. And my friend Dave said, Christina, you're going to love this. And the topic is engage to influence. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to engage with people. You need to find the confidence to have conversations. You need to have the confidence to show up every day and be consistent because you know where you're going and you know the impact that you want to make and you have a vision. This is all things that are developed through personal development. All of it. Because in that process, you gain confidence. You gain insight. You gain wisdom. You gain clarity. And all those things are so important to live your best life, live your happiest life, and also bring value to those around you. So I hope that hit home for some of you today. If you know somebody that needs to see this, please tag them in the comments or share it. You can share it privately with them. I don't mind. But if you're looking to get this book, you can buy it on Amazon or I can send you my link. Just PM me. I think every woman should read this book. I also believe that every teenage girl should read this book. Because if we can start being mentors to that age category and what's going on in our school system and start showing up more powerfully for our children, then we're going to change the game. And those teen suicide rates are going to go down. And the way that people are bullied and harassed, that's going to stop because we're not going to stand for it because we're all in this together. Okay? Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you. I will continue to bring stuff like this to you when I feel really inclined to do so, because it's all about extreme ownership. Having extreme ownership of your life and then creating an action plan and then going out there and getting it because nobody's coming to save you. And if I can help you do that, if I can coach you to do that, if I can mentor you to do that and give you some ideas, have an idea session, I'm more than happy to do that. But it's important that you take the first step and reach out. Hope you have an amazing day. Bye for now.